Press enter to turn weapon on. Then press a little arrow, bent arrow, that's enter, and it says position weapon to enable. What you want to do is you need your SAT to talk to your box, this little box on your shoulder. You want the back window. Did you hear it beep just now? When it beeps, that means it's on. You can check that by looking back in your menu window, and it'll say weapon ready. Weapon not ready is what you're going to see in your menu window.
Two things, guys, listen up. Every single time you get respawned, you have to then make up. Now, that's one thing. Second thing, if you ever want to check your status, all you hit is I on the computer, and it'll say weapon not ready. That's pretty simple. Well, you want it to say weapon ready. The warning order is important because it tells it's the patrol leader telling the subordinate leaders, and that's who you're seeing gathered around here. They're telling them essentially what to expect. It's the mission that's coming up, and why that's important is when the warning order is given, it's giving those subordinate leaders all the information they need to know to prep for that mission. I mean, things like battle drills and hand and arm signals, which ones are specific to that kind of mission. Also, it helps them prep their equipment. What are they going to need?
Team leaders, just let me know when you're up.
Alpha's present.
Okay. All right. Bravo, good. All right, gentlemen. So just to set this up a little bit so you know the scenario that we're operating in, we're going to be operating in Ashland, okay? Basically what that is they have just turned over from a strong socialist into a capitalist society. We are the Miller's People's Militia. Okay, we were the first to come about. Our enemy is the Ashland National Army. Enemy situation. All right, they've got a wide range of experience, from professionally trained to very novice inexperienced. They're armed with small arms and anti-personnel mines only. Our mission is from 1900 tonight until 1200 tomorrow. We're going to be conducting offensive operations in the vicinity of grid. Stand by to copy. 7520 9770. My intent, no later than 1000 tomorrow morning. We will conduct a deliberate attack on the enemy's position. Now keep in mind with that, there's some enabling operations that's going to allow us to do that. There's going to be some reconnaissance and surveillance teams that's going to go out there and have to find enemy position in order for us to do a deliberate attack. Remember, deliberate attack is on a known enemy position. A more detailed operations order will be issued at 1600. However, in the meantime, we got quite a few things we still need to do. Weapons and gear issue, we need to tie up those loose ends. Alan and the APL, J Webb, will be in charge of that. We also need to go ahead, and team leaders can take charge of this, do some small level classes, some refresher courses on deliberate attack. Probably more importantly, initially at the team level anyway, will be reconnaissance, area reconnaissance. All right, anything else? Nothing? Okay, you'll get a more detailed plan at 1600. Team leaders, you've got your teams. Go ahead and do what you need to get done. Get those PCIs knocked out so we can fix it.
Insect repellent. Okay, yeah. Can I see it? Knee pads.
He does.
Cool. You both have sleeping pads. Bivy.
Poncho.
Okay. Watch. Boony. Knife and or multi-tool. Nice. Sweet. Okay. Your Gore-Tex top.
Rain jacket.
Okay. Okay, great. I've got the 550 cord. I've got the weapon cleaning kit. All right, guys. You're squared away.
Let's jump up and down for me. Okay, I want you to get just a little bit more camo right across the gun at the bottom so I don't have a white spot.
Yeah, it's just sitting on my pile.
Either end.
Okay, you're good. Hold on. Alright, carry this, capture that on the front. This is too loose, figure out a way to make this tighter. You're also masking one of your sensors. Yeah, jeez. So, apart from that, you look pretty straight.
How you doing? Okay.
Warning directly into that?
Excuse me?
Warning.
Alright, I'm Lieutenant Hostler.
Martin.
I'm Lieutenant Hostler. Alright, go grab these two weapons over there. Next.
Earned it.
Number?
A-1.
What number you taking? Serial number?
20. Okay, next.
You're gonna hand these out?
You're gonna read off the name of the person?
4034.
He's already done his warning, or we missed that.
Warnick.
I think he said
4014.
we're in the assembly area for the Blue 4, and the Blue 4 platoon is getting ready to do an op order. The operations order is a critical piece because it disseminates all the information of the mission itself. So what you'll see is both the platoon leader and the platoon sergeant actually brief their troops and give them a rundown on exactly what's going to happen over the next, I don't know, 12 hours, 18 hours, something like that. That's pretty much it.
Hey, if y'all could gather around real quick, I'm gonna give the op order. Come on. Please take a knee. Please hold all questions to the end. I'm Lieutenant Hostler and I'm your section leader. All right, orientation. Our present location is at the assembly area at the north parking lot. We'll be attacking in a southeast direction that way. Our objective is north of the west of the logging trail at grid coordinate 7520976. Situation. We're fighting the Millers. They were last seen operating in this area a few days ago. The size is a squad size element. Their uniform is olive drab green. Their activity is patrolling. Their equipment is small arms and mines. And finally, their most probable course of action is they will probably attack. Friendly units. Hire is located directly to the rear, behind to the east of our position, about 150 meters. Adjacent units. On the opposite side of the minefields to our north and south, there are friendly squads located in that area attached to our platoon. Our attachment detachments, we have landmines to our north and south. Our mission. Our squad will perform defensive operations from 1800 today till 1200 tomorrow. The commander's intent is for us to establish a blocking position between the two minefields. Our scheme maneuver, we'll file down to the location in a column of file down this road. We'll take a left on the logging road, and again we'll find another trail to our left. We'll go to the end of the trail and we'll stretch out in a 100 meter defensive perimeter. Coordinated instruction. The time of our attack or our movement will be 1730. Our base unit is Alpha Team. Order of maneuver, when we follow out column of file, it will be Alpha Team, then Bravo Team, then Charlie Team. Admin, beans, bullets, band-aids, and bad guys. We'll be able to resupply down at the cul-de-sac, down at the southern side of this trail. Command and signal, we'll have smoke for our signal, no pyrotechnics, because we're obviously in a forest. Command, I'll be located with first team, Sergeant Hype will be located with second team, and finally, if we both go down, Lieutenant Digital will be in charge of Charlie Team, will be in charge of the overall operation. At this time, are there any questions? All right, that concludes my brief. It's time on deck. Time on deck is 17:14. We have 15 minutes to do a pre-combat ship. Sorry. All right.
Near miss?
Yeah, just hit it to a near miss and just hit Drew again. Hear that? That means a bullet just went over this far from his head, or it smacked into the tree next to him. Now, a supersonic crack would let him know that. Go ahead and respawn him. Just hit it. Just hit it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've just been respawned. Now he needs to come and marry this weapon up again. Press enter to turn it on, and then here, pulls it up here, and it goes. Beep. Oh gee, what a surprise. Weapon ready.
Yeah, go.
Oh, all right. So he was like shooting. Completely different. I mean, do you have a cold?
You go to the back of the line.
That was excellent.
I was waiting on that.
I thought you were just doing a weapons test, like, you know, how we usually do. 1, 1, 2, you're good.
Nope.
Keep you guys crisp.
Weapon on safe. Kill.
They're at the end of the trail, go 75 meters. Roger. Stuart, drop your gear.
The ANA Blue 4 have assumed a defensive position here, stretching north and south along the ridgeline. An anti-personnel minefield ties into both flanks, and the Blue 4 fighting positions are laid into a shallow W in the gap in between. The Blue 4 sectors of fire orient westward. So this is the forward line of troops, what's called a flot. Lieutenant Hostetler's got his section set in, about 100 meters up this way, about 25 meters this way, and he's locked into minefields to the left and right. What do you got planned?
Well, basically what we're going to do now is dig in till dust sets in, and once that dust sets in, we're going to start rotating our teams out, sending them on patrols, going no further than the road. We're going to try to keep both the machine guns in place on the line. That way, if we do get attacked, we'll be able to hold.
You're buddying up your fighting positions?
Absolutely.
All right, they do that at night because you need that first off to spot each other on guard, but also because you don't get combat isolation that way. Now, what's the point of sending those patrols out tonight? What's that point?
To kind of reconnoiter, get an idea of where the enemy is, their strength, just so we can kind of paint the picture for the commander in the rear.
It also stops the OP4 recon, the millers out there trying to gather intelligence on this line right through here. Patrols out there also serve as a screening force.
Absolutely.
Yep. All right. Ooh.
Copy India 92. India 78, copy. Well, at least we know our radios work.
That's plus.
The MPM OPFOR has established a patrol base 800 meters to the west of the Blue 4 defensive line. It is positioned in an older forest with a 360-degree perimeter and agreeable fields of fire.
Figured.
I pushed you up to the 918. The last team just time in here to the 4 o'clock position. Okay.
This should be kind of, we're staying the tree line. Yeah, the tree line is like that, actually.
Oh, is it? Okay. Here, currently, I'm going to get a grid from this later. All right. Good to go, and you're still doing the same thing?
I'm just thinking we don't want everybody wiped out.
Everybody needs to be back here by 02. If you need to radio in for anything, that's fine. I'm not going to be calling you guys out on the radio just because of the simple fact that these things are noisy.
We'll keep it.
However, if you're not back here at 02, I'm going to be trying to get a hold of you on the radio. All right.
Do you see anywhere it needs to be cleared?
Good fire line right here. You've got next one right here.
I'm hating myself for this one.
Okay, they got a 360-degree defensive perimeter here, and they started running operations reconnaissance forward. What's the patrol doing? Which direction?
Right. What we've got going on right now is because we're conducting a deliberate attack, we've got some reconnaissance and surveillance patrols out there. We got them in 2 different points. What we're wanting to do is we're screening a ridge line over there. And hopefully, sooner than later, they can draw back some information about the enemy because we want to attack as soon as possible.
Will you probe by fire, or will you just put on the night vision and use that?
Well, first they're going to be using night vision initially anyway, because what I have them right now, time on, let's see what time it is, it's 20:30 right now. I've got them with a no later than time of 02. I told them I would prefer it not go that long. Their orders was to not engage though, however, break contact, gather as much information, intel as possible, get back so we can go off that.
All right, hey, platoon sergeant, what's your role?
I'm just kind of keeping the troops straight. There is some suspected anti-personnel mines, and we know that the enemy does have that capability, so they've got to be super careful about that too. And maybe if they could actually find out where that's at, that would give us great intel, you know, for when we step off. It's actually been a pretty smooth movement so far, and our guys are really locked on.
You'll be the next team to go out on patrol. The first team going out will be Bravo team. They'll be going around at 21:30 or a little later. And after that, they'll go out for an hour and a half. Come back, rest for a minute. You're gonna have about a half hour to step off.
What we got going on right now is we sent out Bravo team to a screening operation. It's pretty simple right now. After this, we're going to give them, once Bravo team returns, we're going to give Alpha team about a half hour, then we're going to send them out of control, and they'll come back. We'll reshift our defensive perimeter, and we'll send Charlie team out. We'll just continue this cycle until about 04 in the morning, at which point we will wake up everybody, be at 100% security until 06 in the morning. Yeah, it's real fun. You just got to watch out for sticks in your eye.
The ANA Blue 4 is conducting screening patrols aimed at keeping enemy reconnaissance teams at bay. Screening operations disrupt the OP4's ability to locate and identify the Blue 4 defensive position. Both opponents will continue these patrols well into the night.
Enemies located here. The intel that we got from the reconnaissance is that it's a pretty nasty vegetation, hard to be quiet, especially at nighttime. So we're actually going to do a night attack, and that and the fact that a lot of these guys have had zero sleep so far doesn't make any sense. What we're going to do, 0700 Reveille, 0730, looking at stepping off, cross the linear danger area, come into this draw, come down, come straight up. We're going to run smack dab into a fence. There's a fence on this ridge. We're going to follow that down. They marked it with a chem light. There's not going to be a need. 20 meters in from south from Boydsville Road is going to be the assault position. It's also going to be the casualty collection point. From there, we're going to drop our rucks, depart, coming into the valley here with a support element up front. On rules of engagement, they seem they can engage at their discretion without my signal. They're going to set up a base of fire with a maneuver element rolling around to their flank.
Did they find any forward obstacles? I mean, is there any wire or anything like that to breach?
They didn't find any forward obstacles. Nope.
All right, good deal. All right then.
Not that doesn't mean that there isn't any. We may be ass over tea kettle and concertina wire.
All right, gentlemen. See you in the morning.
Okay.
MPM OP4 reconnaissance has determined that the Blue 4 defensive line is here, some 100 meters further east than the actual Blue 4 defenses. The OP4 plan is to depart the patrol base and move 800 meters forward to assault the ANA Blue 4 position. The OP4 will move to an attack position west of the main supply route. They will then be required to pass the linear danger area and move directly into their assault position, where they will drop their heavy rucksacks and move into the western ridge, the OP4's intended support position for their attack. The plan includes assaulting the eastern ridge with the use of supporting fires and smoke screens.
I die, I want you to know that I love you.
That you choose to be a parent, will be a parent. That you two, you know how to do maneuvers for a bunny dash of that. So yeah, I'd say...
But you didn't see anything?
No,
Didn't hear
squirrels,
anything?
not a damn thing. Okay. It's more open on this edge over here, where it's this cedar stuff. But if they move through that, like I said, they're gonna hit us for another...
How you guys doing for water? If
Yeah,
you don't know, don't tell me. Just go find out.
As the MPM OPFOR pull into their assault position and make ready for their attack, the ANA Blue 4 dispatch yet another patrol. Weakening the defensive line leaves the Blue 4 vulnerable, yet an enemy patrol to the rear of the OPFOR attack formation might prove to be problematic for the offense if the Blue 4 patrol can respond in time.
This is the last covered and concealed ground response before the final assault. This is where all equipment is dropped, and they'll actually carry out the combat operation from here. That is, they'll actually carry out an assault of the objective. We're looking at some rain, very, very heavily overcast. That'll keep down the wind, and the rain will keep down the noise. So hopefully give us the element of surprise.
Dan, did you get that guy? Okay. So you're still alive. You're still alive, Dan? Yeah. Did you get... We got him. Go. Roll up to the left.
Hey, Doc. Yeah. Pick up your hat. Pick up your hat. You dead?
Yeah. All right, guys, come on. Move up. Come on. Go.
The MPM OPFOR attack has been initially successful, though the casualty rate has proven to be unacceptably high. The OPFOR is unable to reconsolidate and reorganize quickly on the objective, leaving them vulnerable to counterattack. And that is exactly what the enemy has in mind. With the returning Blue 4 patrol, Platoon Sergeant Heipel has rallied a counterattack.
You! Come over here in with me. Block him.
Back in the assault position, the OPFOR rallied quickly for another push. The intent is to repost their attack and knock out the last of the defenders.
Let's charge this guy. Stay online.
good.
Yeah, y'all read.
Go a little bit over that way. Try and flank them from the right. Who's still with me? Ben!
The OPFOR have again seized a toehold amongst the enemy fighting positions, but their numbers are too few to withstand a concerted enemy effort to rout them.
Who's that down there?
Baseball.
Pitch. All right, let's go. Up and moving.
Move on back. Somebody stay here and cover the rear for a second.
You got short? Wedge.
Okay, just a quick orientation to the map here. This little stick is this fence line. This is where we're currently located with Boydsville Road. There's a gap in the minefield. This is the other minefield that's tying it in. However, at this time, we don't know how far that is down there. The assault team, Charlie reinforced, is going to come up to the edge of that minefield marking. Got that? That is where the assault force is going to be going into the assault. However, before that happens, the support team, led by Al, is going to be popping smoke. He's going to crawl out there and set in a base of fire. Once they start opening fire, the assault element will move at their discretion. They're going to be keeping an eye out for us to lift and shift fire. Okay? Is everybody solid on that plan?
Lieutenant McGuire's plan is to use the cover of smoke and concentrated machine gun fire to allow the bulk of his platoon to penetrate the enemy line here, on the enemy's southern flank. What the OPFOR does not know is that the Blue 4 are still consolidating from the punishing attacks and are pulled into a tight 360-degree security position here, at the center of the defensive line. Both of the opponents have chosen courses of action that put them on a collision course of massed engagement. For the third time today, Blue 4 has managed to push the OPFOR back off the objective with violent counterattacks. But the task of linking teams conducting attacks from multiple angles is daunting. The risk of fratricide is great.
I'm sorry, man.
The counterattacks leave the Blue 4 defensive line very thin. To make matters worse, almost every primary Blue 4 leader sits in the casualty collection point.
I'm up for ideas at this point. We just about tried everything. I'm going to keep the support team. Let's come up, and our assault team is going to push past you guys and come in. All we need the support team to do is to get into a position to lay down a base of fire. If nothing else, the noise is a psychological effect on them. And as they start shooting, you're going to know where to hone in your weapons.
Down, Ben?
Yep.
At this time, the Op 4 appears to have taken the objective. It's really tentative right now. The Blue 4 have fallen back into the valley behind and are assuming the positions on the adjacent ridge. Anyway, it's quite all right. It looks like this is culminating. If that's the case, both platoon leaders will receive a frago here within the next half hour or so. We have to wait and see if it pans out.
Everybody. Everybody. Hey, get over here.
Let's go!
The MPM Op 4 have successfully taken the ridge and are for the moment assuming the enemy's fighting positions. The ANA Blue 4 is retreating eastward, falling back on their lines of logistics and reinforcements. They will form a new fighting position and assess their options.
First off, like I said, brilliant effort, I'm not joking. That was fucking you pushing their max. They were actually at their wit's end. Here's what we got. They're taking the ridge no later than 08 tomorrow morning. I want you to take it back. Key task. Get your gear up. Go out and find a patrol base. If you guys in a patrol base, I would make it back a little farther because I wouldn't be afraid to get a fire or anything else, alright? What's that? You good on one? Alright, I got extra ammo for you if you need it, and at the admin area, you can just pack it back in or however you want to do that. In that case, what you two need to sit down and figure out, you're retreating that way. Where is it you want your patrol base? Alright guys, thumbs up. You're taking the objective. It is now yours officially. By time, by everything. Ooh, okay, now here's what's going to happen. Your mission now is to hold the same objective, till 0:10 tomorrow morning, day 3. Understood? The minefields are still in effect. Recap on water, and I do have a resupply of ammo for you. Alright? Other than that, get your guys in, fortify the positions, get them dry as you can, focus on your troops, focus on your positions. Need anything?
Nope.
Cool.
Alright. This little improv terrain model.
Right here. This is that little makeshift trail that we were at earlier this morning. This is the ridge the enemy is occupying.
Our mission this time is to force the Millers off this hill in order to repossess the blocking position with the other friendly units. We're going to have a base of fire unit, we're going to have 2 maneuver units. The base of fire movement is going to lay down covering fire. And our intent is simply to push the enemy off the ridge line.
While the camera crew collects fresh batteries at the admin site, a firefight rages a half-mile away.
Obviously our OP got busted, we're not going to keep that guy there. So what we did was we reeled back the wire, and we just basically shifted about 80 meters into an alternate location. What we decided to do is put a tight 360 back here with a radio watch, an OP forward, and then essentially, this is non-doctrinal, but we're doing a modified area defense. Okay. Going mobile. Primarily utilizing spoiling attacks. So we're reacting to their movement. Taking into account the amount of sleep deprivation that we have, is set out in OPLP. the woods back there is thick.
Right.
We know that if they're coming up, for the most part, we're going to be able to hear them or see them.
Hey, you know what? My catchphrase, right? It ain't stupid if it works. I won't see you till morning. Happy hunting, man.
Yeah, we'll see if this non-doctrinal business works out.
Sounds good.
The MPM OPFOR defense is dynamic, if unorthodox. Lieutenant McGuire has positioned his main body into a tight 360-degree fighting position at the center of the line. The OPFOR have posted 2 observation listening posts forward of the line, here and here, with field phones. The OPFOR plans to react to advancing enemy using spoiling attacks. Platoon Sergeant Webb believes the plan is vulnerable from their northern flank and insists another OPLP be dispatched. But Lieutenant McGuire is certain that the attacks will come from the center or the southern flank, and he does not want to weaken his force by creating another LPOP to man.
Give me a sit rep. What happened out there? We heard some shooting.
We had a little bit of shooting. What happened was some of the OPFOR came walking up the trail. TJ Herndon was able to knock out their point man, at which they just immediately about faced and went back to their, I'm assuming, defensive position. So then me and Lieutenant DiGirolamo went out on a security patrol. We ran to their OPLP. We were able to knock out one of them before we just withdrew because we were only 2 people. We were able to locate the minefield, the furthest north minefield, and from there we will try to insert our team. However, it's very tricky terrain. You really got to watch where you're going.
So you do have patrols going out tonight then?
Yeah.
You're going to do some probing?
Yes, we're going to do a little bit of probing.
And what's the point of doing that probe?
We're just going to try to get them off balance, try to think we're coming down the trails when really we're coming from the opposite direction.
Good deal. A little battlefield deception.
Straight up probe. We're going in, doing everything wrong. We're sneaking up. And at that point, we're doing everything wrong. We're going to shoot at them, make a bunch of noise, and run away like girls. Basically, we're going out at 0 hour, okay? We're going to sneak around, see if we see some people. Once we see some people, we're going to be shooting. Everybody shoot. Now, Warnick, at that time, Warnick's got a road flare. He's going to pop that thing. But you guys need to be on your guns, okay? Nobody shoot more than mag, okay? We need to save our ammo for our attack tomorrow, okay? Once we start taking fire, if we start getting near misses, we're out of there, okay? If we shoot and they're not shooting back yet, push on, okay? We're just making a lot of noise, disorient them, make them think we're going to hit from the left, alright? We're going to max shellers, we're going to hit from the right. Alright, everybody good? Do you have any questions?
So we can hit them on the south side.
South side, correct. Alright, everybody have a tack light?
Yeah.
Recon's leaving here in 45 minutes. We are going to be sack out about 23:30, alright? Got it. Break.
Get them.
The Blue 4 patrol slips back into the night, having located the enemy's southern OPLP. The Blue 4 positions themselves carefully on the northern flank of the Op 4 defenses, having bypassed the enemy OPLP.
You would have gotten me.
I'm bad. Sorry, man.
To our rear! To our rear!
I did yell.
Before or after?
Where they at?
Yes, you did.
Shift to the right! Coming from the bottom! Hey, how many shots did you see from down there?
One guy is all we saw.
One guy? Alright, hey, Finn. Are you down, Kerry?
He's down.
Awesome. Hey, fan out.
I think I'm down.
Fan out, fan out. Alright. Down there, we're gonna sweep down this area about 20 meters. Keep moving, keep moving. Hey, stay on line. Alright, turn around. Turn around, go back to the tape up there.
As Lieutenant Hostetler initiated the attack, the first enemy OPLP was completely destroyed. The momentum stalled, however, as the two assault teams crammed together and began to mask each other's fire. The support team then assumed the assault, and the attack regained momentum, but the enemy was allowed enough time to react. The ensuing battle was costly for both sides in terms of casualties, but in the end, the Blue 4 had regained their hold of the ridgeline and returned the status quo.
I want to say thanks to everybody coming out and doing their best. I also want to say hooah to our 3 new lieutenants, and I want to remind you that as small as it may have been, your first command was right here in One Shepherd. All 3 of you were in leadership positions. So,
Don't think that was an accident either. He wanted to say that.
No, I've been waiting to say that all weekend. All right, if there are no questions for us, here's how the rest of the weekend's going to go. It's just, God, 6:15 in the morning. Obviously, the objective's taken. We're
Pancake house.
What's that?
Pancake house.
Pancake house, yeah. We are indexing now. Any questions for me? Nope. Platoon sergeants, police up your troops.